Hey guys, and welcome back to another lap guide on the Coach Dave Academy YouTube channel. My name's Matt Emery. We're here for week 9 at the Indianapolis circuit. Let's get into the hot lap. So let's get into the hot lap guide then for the Indianapolis circuit. Obviously, we start off down this very famous start-finish straight, heading down towards turn 1, just hugging the left-hand side wall here, and then getting ready to spot our braking point. Slamming on the brakes just about the 500 meter board on the left-hand side. You can see just above us. In fact, I don't know if that's meters or not, but the 500 board on the left-hand side, your braking point. Heavy on the brakes and then trail off towards the apex, and then you want to be getting back on the throttle as soon as you've pretty much passed this curb. Now this curb is quite heavily raised, you can see, so you want to avoid this one. I was just going to unsettle the car, and you're going to get awful traction as well out the corner. Just make sure we're not clobbering that one too much, and you can see we're just driving around it for turn 1. So this is what turn 1 looks like in the Delta app. So obviously you've got the speed trace here. You can see about 255, so head towards turn 1, the throttle as well, and the brake trace. So you can see the brake trace here is really smooth, just up to the peak pressure, about 80% or just over. Really important that you're smooth on the brake pedal, just so you avoid any lockups on the way in. And then as you can see, as we start to steer into the corner, into the apex, we're just trailing off the brake pedal down to about 25%, and then we hold a slight bit of the brake into the apex, and then trail all the way off, and then straight back on the throttle. So at this point, it's pretty much where you're at the curb. So you're fully off the brake now, and then back on the throttle. It's really important you don't really have an overlap as well. And as I said, really important to be really smooth on the brake trace, especially in this car. Then into turn 2, make sure we're in the middle of the circuit as we turn in, and then use all of the curb on the inside in second gear, and then just get on the throttle as early as we can. And trail this curb all the way around to the next corner, and then back out wide again. Really gentle on the brakes for this one, because as you're turning and braking, it's really easy to lock the rear tyres here and just go straight on, or overshoot it slightly and go on the grass. Just make sure being really gentle on the brake pedal for this one, and then keeping it in third gear at the apex. And it kind of widens quite a lot at the exit here, so you can get on the power nice and early. It's still in third gear. Get on the power about here, and let the car trail out. And then completely flat across here, this little chicane. No problem at all in this car to take this curb as much as you like, really. It won't unsettle it too much. Doesn't really feel the bumps too much. Not as much as the prototypes anyway. And then pull it back across to the right-hand side for the next left-hander. And then spot your braking marker just about in line or just before this 400 board at the right-hand side of your screen. So also you could use this bit of tarmac here. It's probably a bit easier to see in the cockpit. So if we go into cockpit here, you can see just this bit of tarmac here that opens up is your braking reference for this one. And then yeah, again, nice and easy on the brake pedal, up to about 80%, down to second gear. Again, just same as turn 1, avoiding this curb as it's quite heavily raised, so it will unsettle the car. Keeping it in second gear on the exit. Make sure we go to the middle of the circuit again, just to open up the next chicane. And using all of the curb on the inside and a slight bit of the grass as well. Still in third gear here. bit of the brake for the second part, and again, just using all of the curb on the inside. And then a nice bit of dab of the brake as well for this next right-hander. You can cut quite a lot of this inside curb and the tarmac here. As long as you don't really go any further than this, you should get away with it. But if you do go too far, you can pick up a slowdown penalty. So just look out for that one. But yeah, still in third gear, and then just really easy on the throttle. It's a rear complaint slightly on the traction, and sticking it to the inside, just following the curb round, and then back out to the wall again. This is probably the trickiest braking zone on the track, or one of them, probably up there with turn 3 as well. Just really easy to overshoot and go too wide here and lock up your rears as well. You also need to make sure you're not touching this curb too much, same as turn 1 and the previous few corners as well. It's slightly raised again, so just watch out for that one. Down to second gear, and then back on the power. Pull it back to the right-hand side for the final corner, or the final proper corner. This one just seems to go on forever, so you can see at this point, you can't really see the corner too well. It's really hard to spot the apex. So if you just make sure you're sort of in the middle of the circuit as you come into it, and then still holding the brakes, use all of the inside curb that you can. So slightly hitting the grass there as well, and then back on full throttle. Just show that for you once more. So sort of braking from outside here, and then turning into sort of the middle of the circuit, down to second gear, and then using all of the apex curb on the power as early as we can. I just want to flick it left just before we turn right for this final corner, and then flat out around here, slight lift as we hit the curb, and then just let the car trail out towards the exit, and that completes a lap of the Indianapolis circuit. So that was the hot lap guide then for the Indianapolis circuit for week 9 in the Porsche Cup car. I hope that was useful for you guys. As usual, check out the Coach Dave Academy YouTube channel and the CoachDaveAcademy.com as well for all the latest data packs and all that good stuff there. But I will see you next week for week 10. So take care, guys.